Welcome to I Am One, where I am one with the Creator and one with myself. We continue in this month of Hoodoo Heritage, and in the last video, I showed you how I made my own red brick dust with a little kick to it in honor of my ancestors by using one of the bricks from my grandparents' home on my father's side, which recently burned down, but I had permission to take one of the bricks from the site and use that in my protection for my home. So I told you that I would show you another way that you could also use red brick dust to protect yourself and your home. So this way is going to include the same mixture that I used last time. So I had the cayenne pepper, and I had my jalapeno pepper powder, homemade. What else did I have? I have the dragon's blood powder. If you can find resin, either way will work. And then I had originally purchased some red brick dust. So for this one, I'm going to use some of that red brick dust instead of the homemade or the red brick dust that I got from the brick from my grandparents' house for this one. Because if you don't have a special brick and all you can do is run to Home Depot or Menards or Lowe's to buy a red brick, your intention, your conjure will be just as potent. This just happens to be special to me because it came from my ancestors. But in honor of your ancestors, you can use a regular brick consecrated to them and get the same results. So don't feel like because your brick isn't a special brick that it's not going to work for you. It's going to work. Our ancestors, when they were here and they were in trouble and in slavery, they couldn't go back to Africa and get a brick. They had to use what they had, and it was here in America. So don't get caught up on stuff that, because something is special to me or something is special to someone else that you're watching. You have to make this work for you and tweak it for you. So that if anything, that's what I want you to get out of all of this. So again, at the beginning of each working, I always cleanse myself. I cleanse the tools. I cleanse whatever I'm going to use. I light a white candle. I have some water in my area as I'm doing the working. So with this, again, the same, I put it in here. I got it all, I prayed over it, got my attention in it, and I mixed all that together. And then what we're going to do for this one, if you can't sprinkle, if you're in an area where maybe you have a roommate and sprinkling, they may have issues with that. You can certainly sprinkle in your own bedroom, your own apartment room, your own area. But if you want to be, or you're not able to do that, but you want another alternative, here is one that I found. That the name of that, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the name of her channel, but I want to give her due credit. It's Witchcraft and More is the name of the channel I got this idea from. Again, I'm tweaking it for me, but I'll put it down in the description so you can see for yourself. You can see how she did it. You can see how I'm tweaking it for me, and you can tweak it for whatever way works for you. So I have the mixture. What I also have for this is going to be a candle working. So I have a white candle that I'm going to be doing the working on. I also have a red candle, and I'll show you how and why I'm using the red candle when I get to that. I still have the same mixture as I did before, just substituting the store-bought red brick dust for the homemade that I made from my family brick. And I have some broken glass that I have here as well. So I've already mixed this. You don't need to see me do the mortar and pestle with that. You've seen the ingredients. So let's just get to how we do this one. So on this one, I also have a needle or some kind of carving utensil for the white candle. And then I also I didn't have a chance to make any ancestor oil, but I have my own homemade protection oil that I made. And so we're going to put this all together so you can see. So I'm going to take this white candle And with this, this is a needle, but with this carving utensil, whatever you have, you may use a knife or whatever you may have. And I'm going to carve, I'm going to carve our last name for our home. And I'm also going to carve the word protection. So however way you want, whatever way you want to carve on there, your first and last name, whatever works for you. I'm just going to carve in the last name of our dwelling. On this side of the candle, and then on the other side, I'm going to carve in the word protection. It's kind of hard to carve with this little needle, but the intention is there. There's no rush. And you know your ancestors are working with you, so you're not alone in this working. And just because I'm not using the dust from the ancestor brick, there's still a way that I am incorporating my ancestors into this, which is why I like this one, especially for those of you who don't have that special kind of brick. This still works for you. Finish writing and carving protection. All right, and then I just brush off the excess. You don't really have to worry about that. I brush off the excess. Then I'm going to take my homemade protection oil. Again, I went on YouTube. I found different people's ideas, how they made it. I made my own. And if maybe I can bring it up a little closer, you can see some of the herbs that I have in there to make it. I used olive oil as my base and a couple of herbs that go along with protection. You can look that up. You can study that and find that out for yourself and use the herbs that speak to you as far as protection. Like I said, I made my own money drawing oil. So I found herbs that will help bring in money, did a working for that. And then this one is my healing. I did a healing oil. Again, my own herbs that I've grown and added to this. So make it work for you. I'm going to, even though I have the rolling ball, when I roll this on my skin, I'm going to take this off because what I want to do is be able to just pour a little of this out. Because I'm going to use it to dress, what they call dress the candle. And that's going to put that back in. And I'm going to close it back up. All right, so I poured a little of the oil in there. And what I'm going to do is just dress the candle. So they say when you want something to come to you, you're addressing the candle with downward strokes. And when you're doing the working where you want the energy or whatever to go away from you, that you would go up. So down to bring to you and up to move away. But I want protection for us. So I'm just doing the downward stroke here. And then what I'm going to do, lay the candle down. Then what I'm going to do is pour this mixture into, I have a Pyrex bowl here. I'm going to pour this mixture, the red dust mixture, into the Pyrex. You see that? And then I'm going to take the candle that I have carved and dressed, and I'm just going to roll it. Let's spread this out a little bit. Then I'm going to roll the candle into that so that the essence of this is on the candle. And so this is what the candle looks like with the red brick dust on it and the other ingredients that I added to give it a little And then what I'm going to do, my napkin. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take the red candle, and the red candle is symbolizing our ancestors and the blood of our ancestors that was shed in this country. But they were here, and because they were here, we are here. And so this is a way that we can honor them and incorporate them into this protection work. So with my lighter, I'm going to light the candle. And then what I'm going to do, it's going to get messy, but what I'm going to do is allow some of the wax from this candle to drip down onto this candle that's going to be for our protection. So hopefully I can get this to go just right. Let's see how we can work this. There we go. So this is just representing the blood of our ancestors that was shed in this land, and how we as their descendants have a better life because of their sacrifice, but we still pay homage to them and ask for their protection as we continue on in this land. So that's how we dress that and add that. I'm just going to do it out. And so you can pray over that as you're doing it, thanking the ancestors for their sacrifice, their love, their blood, their sweat, their tears, thanking them that their DNA runs through our veins and we are strong. We know that we're worthy. We know that we are important because of them and their sacrifice, and that because of them, we know that we're protected. We know that all that we have is protected. Our well-being is protected. Our finances are protected. However way you want to give them honor, pay homage to them, thank them, honor them, praise to the Most High for them, have at it, okay? So then, after we have dressed the candle, we have the protection dust on there, and then we have the blood, we have the wax representing the blood of our ancestors. Then what we do with the candle, clean off my fingers here. So then what we'll do with the candle is that we'll take it and we'll put it in a holder. I have a white holder here. I have this used to have a candle in it. The candle's all gone, so I saved the glass. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to light the bottom of this candle. I hope I can do all this without making a huge mess. And then what I want to do is put it in here. Let's see if I can make it stick. So I put it in that one to make it stick. Then what I also want to do, told you this one is a little more messier than the other one, but put this over here to the side so that you can still see everything. All right. And then what you want to do, the extra brick dust, you can sprinkle around the base of the candle, going clockwise. Again, I'm tweaking this just a little bit from the way she did it, but this works for me. There's that pepper. The way she did it works for her, but the intention is there, and the results will be the same. We are protected. Now, the added flavor to this, I shouldn't say flavor, but the added step to this is some broken glass. She used broken mirror. I don't have broken mirror, so I have some broken glass. And again, because this is protection, anything or anybody that wants to come in our sphere is going to feel the effects because they're not wanted. Now, if there's somebody that we're inviting in, that's one thing. But those who are not invited, we have made it clear they're not invited, and they still want to trespass, whether they're in the physical or in the spiritual. If they want to have access, access is going to be denied. And our ancestors are here to help protect us, to keep us from hurt, harm, and danger. And so with that, like I said, she used broken mirror. I don't have broken mirror. I use what I have. So I'm going to use some broken glass. I'm just going to use a spoon. Peppers are fierce. So, and I'm going to sprinkle some of the glass. Again, going clockwise. So whether you're doing this, you know, something's going on at work, something's going on in your neighborhood, where you're having somebody's giving you the flux, and you're asking them to leave you alone, and they feel like they don't have to, they don't need to abide by your rules. Here's a way to set the record straight, give yourself some protection, and keep them out of your way. And then when you are ready, what you'll do is you will light the candle and you'll let it burn down. And that will be your protection. So whether you want to physically or can physically, you know, sprinkle the dust around the perimeter of your house, or around on the threshold of the front door and the back door, the windowsills, the corners of your house, the corner of your room, whatever works for you, you have another option. If that doesn't work, you have, at least you can do this in the privacy of your room, let the candle burn down, and none will be the wiser of what's going on. So I hope that is helpful to you. I hope that gives you some inspiration on how you can tweak this for yourself and have the protection that you need. Again, it's easy. Get you a candle, get you some of the spices or just the red brick dust, and have at it. So with that, thank you for joining me once again, and peace and blessings to you all.